This might sound like a ridiculous idea, but there's some science backing my hypothesis. Will wearing cold underwear boost performance and testosterone? Well, from my experience, yes and yes. But by how much, and what about some issues with this whole entire concept? Am I onto something cutting edge? Let's find out. But you gotta focus. Oh, that's cold. All right, I'm gonna put them on. Oh, seem like they shrunk a little bit. It's actually refreshing. That actually feels extremely good. A little hot, a little cold. Yeah. Now this what might seem silly idea is actually backed by several science-based theories, as well as my own experience with cooling and exercise performance. The first is looking at multiple studies that showed that cooling techniques pre, during, and post-exercise increased exercise performance and recovery. This is believed to be because it helped keep the core temperature more regulated, and thus somewhat tricked the athlete's body into thinking it was less fatigued than it actually was. So it's been like 20 minutes, and it feels like the cool is gone, so I'm gonna go switch back to my other ones. However, unlike the cooling methods used in these various experiments, I was hoping this cold underwear technique would be superior, not only because I was attacking core temperature, but also maybe boosting testosterone. You see, I came across several other studies looking at keeping the undercarriage cool and its positive effect on the swimmers, let's just say. Now, while some would argue that this aspect is unrelated to exercise performance and boosting testosterone, I would actually argue that based on the primal train of thought, that it is. Anyways, enough with the theories for now. How is my experience going so far? My energy is going like right up. I feel clear. I feel fresh. I think we might be onto something. However, these cool pants only stay cool for about 10 to 20 minutes, if that. And I've been back and forth down to this freezer like 10 times at least. This is not practical. So I'm going to try something that should hopefully keep them cool longer. So my genius idea was to get them damp before I put them in the freezer so that they would frost and thus hopefully stay cooler longer. But this came with its own set of problems. Oh man. Oh, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. A little stiff. Oh, whoa. I feel like that episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy when they get new clothes and they're like really stiff. But no, that feels good. That's refreshing. Oh yeah. So this idea ended up keeping my shorts cooler for longer, but at the cost of getting soggy. So yeah, it's just like I'm wearing a wet pair of pants right now, and that probably isn't good to just wear all day long, especially if I put pants over these. So in order to solve this little dilemma I have here, I came up with a solution in my mind, but it's gonna require me to go to the store to hopefully find what I'm looking for to implement this cold underwear idea. This didn't stop me, however, from trying this once again with some actual underwear this time. So it is hot outside, but it is chill down here. For now. Alright, let's go. So with this new pair of frosted underwear getting soggier by the second, I was determined to hopefully implement my new idea. And at the store, I was basically on the search for a very long, flexible ice pack.
I am so lost.
Now, I didn't find exactly what I was looking for, but with an adjustment of my idea in my head, I found some other variants that I believe would do just fine.
True story, I actually got the idea for this video because my AC was broken. Long story short, this guy came over to fix the AC, and when he was on his way out after he fixed it, he was like, "Stay cool." And I was like, dude, and it just clicked.
So my idea was to use 2 pairs of underwear to make a double layer, and then putting the ice packs on the inside of the double layer so that they would hold still.
I mean, that is not shabby. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's getting cool.
So this would hopefully keep the cool in place for longer without getting soggy, solving hopefully all my problems. Stay cool, bro. So how now was this affecting my exercise performance? Well, going on this jog on this hot day, it felt like it was keeping things cool in a very important area, and I just felt like I could keep going. One problem, however, is the duct tape holding the 2 pairs of underwear together started coming loose and sticking to my leg hairs, which was very uncomfortable. Also, another problem is it felt like things might be getting a little too cold. It's definitely chilly down there. Is it too chilly though? Yeah,
I don't know.
Now, a concern I had about getting things too cold was based on a study I read where cold plunges, which are very cold from my experience, actually decrease testosterone temporarily. And my idea with this experiment is to have things at an optimal cool and not harmfully cold. So I actually found the solution to both of these problems to be a lot more simple, and that was just to put the ice packs in my front pockets. However, while I felt like the ice packs were helping keep things cool, I ultimately perceived that the dry, chilled underwear from the freezer just felt better. So to try and improve on the chilled underwear idea, I got myself a cooler and some dry ice. So dry ice is frozen CO2, which freezes at approximately negative 109 degrees Fahrenheit, well below freezing. So it's very, very cold. Now I did add some regular ice to help moderate this temperature, but even still. Dude, that is staying really chill in there. Jeez. And now these go right back in here on some ice. Boom. Dude, those underwear are gonna be freezing. Now, because the underwear is a lot thinner than the ice packs, my body temperature would warm the underwear up to where it wasn't too cold like I was concerned before, but it was still that what I thought was optimal cool. And although the underwear didn't necessarily stay cooler longer, what the cooler did was allow me to keep several pairs of chilled underwear close by, ready for use at all times. Or most of the time. Also, before, I wasn't putting any used underwear back in the freezer. Something just felt weird about that, but with my own personal cooler, I felt like there was no problem, bro, you know what I'm saying? Now, when I did do longer bouts of activity where I couldn't have my cooler close by, like go to the gym for instance, I did resort back to the ice packs in the pockets. Now, speaking of going to the gym, I felt like my strength was up, but in a way that was composed, as in vigorous but grounded. Kind of like a feeling you would expect if your testosterone was boosted. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna be surprised if nothing physiologically is going on down there. I guess only time will tell, so we'll find out soon enough. And with that being said, after a week of experimenting with cool underwear, I went to go get my testosterone levels checked to compare to before. Now, in the morning on the day of the test, I started off with a nice fresh pair of overnight frozen underwear coupled with 2 ice packets in my front pockets. So then, did this have an effect on my blood testosterone levels? And if so, how much? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the results. All right, the results are in, and that came fast, literally overnight. Oh man, dude, I'm nervous. What if it's lower? Frick. It's gonna like scar me if it's lower, I swear. Boom, boom, yeah! Whoa! 646 nanograms per deciliter. That's up. Yeah, but is that much? That is 24 nanograms per deciliter plus. Bing! Oh, dude, okay, I don't know why. So yeah, I was a little nervous getting these test results because I just had a really stressful time getting to the test this time for some reason. And I thought like maybe my stress levels were higher this time than they were the previous time, and I thought that could like negatively affect testosterone levels. But anyways, I did have the cold underwear on when I went there, which kind of warmed up along the way, but I also had the 2 ice packs in the front pockets the whole entire time while I was getting my blood drawn and everything, so maybe it had some effect. But I think the most important part, regardless of what the blood level is how I felt during this experiment. I felt like I was onto something. Like I am onto something. It's like I felt like this increase of a feeling. Like if I had a metal bar, I could like bend it like that. That what I believe is like that testosterone increasing feeling. So yeah, going forward, I don't think it would be beneficial to keep things super cold all the time. It's just this optimal cool that I'm trying to maintain. And maybe here and there, a little bit more of a cool boost like I just mentioned. Really morning, workout, and night. Now remember, this was just my experience and my results, but going forward, I am still planning to play around with this idea a little bit more, and I am planning to keep it cool here and there, unlike Kevin.
Isabella, what on earth is all that ruckus?
think it's coming from downstairs. Oh dear, Isabella, we need to go check on him to make sure he's okay. Come on. Come on.
Go, Kevin, go, Kevin, yay, yay, yay!
Oh, Kevin, you dropped this. What's that? Oh, Kevin, forgive us. There was 2. That's good. No thumb. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, this is kind of fun. I can see why Kevin likes this. Leave! Kevin, we're sorry to startle you. We just...
I said go away!
Okay. So mean. Oh, he's such a jerk. What? More jerkish than usual, I know. What's that? And a little jaundice, too. Huh. You think there's more to the story than we're being led on? Oh, Isabella, I had the same feeling. Okay, we need to get to the bottom of this. It's for Kevin's own good. Come on. More